Hello, today is Friday, October 7th, 2022. It's almost midnight, close to midnight. So tomorrow morning I have the regular Chinese 2-hour Chinese class. But for my daily English reading for today, I'm going to read these various articles, or an assortment of articles from here and there, and they would be all short articles. They all rolled into one. So I'm gonna have a very quick reading of this and that, and pick up some words and expressions that I would like to remember. So here we go. It's time that we right these wrongs. Today, President Joe Biden pardoned thousands of people convicted of marijuana possession under federal law. And he said this was just the first step to the end of the federal government's failed approach to marijuana. In Korea or in Asia, marijuana, cocaine, methamphetamine, they are all banned, and I don't like the idea of pardoning people, but probably in America it's okay to pardon all the people convicted under the federal law. I'm not sure about the people convicted under the state level law, but as the chair of the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws, normal, okay, Board of Directors, I say bravo. And on behalf of my colleagues at Normal, all advocates of drug policy reform, champions of civil liberties, and all those fighting racism and mass incarceration in our country, I would like to thank our president. In America, mass incarceration is becoming a headache, becoming a real serious problem. So maybe pardoning people for possessing marijuana is okay. Not cocaine though. Cocaine is concentrated the drug, more powerful than marijuana. Today's statement from President Biden reads like a direct response to what we've been advocating for at Normal for many years. And with the adult recreational use of marijuana already legal in 19 states and another 4 or 5 states likely to legalize this year, this is common sense and long overdue. That's good expression right there. Yes, by the way, I'm trying to read articles to practice English. It's just pure academic effort. And I would like to have an input from you about my pronunciation, my accent. I'm just Korean, native Korean. Never lived in America except as a tourist for 1 week, 2 weeks, like 3 weeks. This is a common sense and long overdue. This is common sense and long overdue. Okay, this is common sense and long overdue. Stating, as he should, that current limitations on trafficking and selling marijuana to underage Americans will stay in place. President Biden laid out 3 exciting steps forward that are all big news. They 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 are all big news. That's another good expression. They are all big news. Stay in place. Stay in place. Stay in place. So that's another good expression, that current limitations on trafficking and selling marijuana to underage Americans. That's another good term, man. Underage Americans, young generation, stay in place. Limitations, stay in place. 1. Pardon all prior federal offenses of simple possession of marijuana. Just simple possession, not commercial possession, man. You should not have the possession of marijuana to sell on the streets. It just have to be a recreational purpose. 2. Urge all governors to do the same in their states. 3. Review how marijuana is scheduled under federal law. Since President Nixon declared his war on drugs in 1971, marijuana has been classified next to drugs like heroin in Schedule 1. The classification meant for the most dangerous substances. Hippies didn't like his actual war, and he didn't like hippies. Okay, hippies. Classification, scheduled under federal law. Review how marijuana is scheduled under federal law. That's another good term. Usually schedule means like plan in a timely manner. Plan according to time. But here scheduled under federal law. How marijuana is scheduled. I have to look up the word, man. It's confusing. Usually I thought schedule means plan according to some specific marks of times. Schedule. So I'm going to look it up on the internet. In the dictionaries. Schedule. Okay. Make a schedule. Create a timetable. Enter into a timetable. Plan for a current certain date. Timetable, agenda, itinerary, plan, scheme, agenda. Schedule or timetable as a basic time management tool. What does it mean, man? I'm gonna choose Urban Dictionary, a funny dictionary. Being forced to do something you don't really want to do, or having unwanted obligations, usually refers to controlling girlfriend. Nicole wants me to go with her to see some chick flick on Saturday night. It's all one big schedule with her. Urban slang for a controlled substance, regulated under the Controlled Substance Act. The substances are listed in a series of schedules numbered 1 through V, depending on when it was first subjected to a federal regulation. These substances can be found at 21 CFR section 1308 at sequence. The 5-0 came running to pick up them hoppers slanging on the corners, but they stopped me, and I had a little schedule in my pocket. I forget about schedule. Urban slang for a controlled substance regulated under the Controlled Substance Act. The substances are listed in a series of schedules named 1 through 5, depending on when it was first subjected to federal regulations of schedules. Interesting. I think it's just a scheduled substance. Okay. Description according to the Controlled Substance Act. Review how marijuana is scheduled under federal law. Schedule 1, classification. Next week I fly to Washington, D.C. for a normal board meeting. After that, I'll be dedicating a solid week of my time to advocacy work in 5 states that will have marijuana legalization on the ballot this November on the ballot. Arkansas, Maryland, Missouri, North Dakota, and South Dakota, they split. Okay, so here on the ballot. Oops, where are you? On the ballot. So we have election, right? So you elect some government officials. Then in the election day, on the election day, you have to vote, okay? So your vote counts. Your vote is very important. When you vote, you are given a ballot in the booth. So ballot is more like a paper, okay, where you just tick off or check next to the candidate, next to the clause, next to the act, law that you would like to see in state. So you just tick it off, and then you throw the ballot into the voting box. So your vote is counted. Then they tally all the votes to conclude the election. Then something happens, right? Election, elected government officials, the law becomes in effect, and so on. So, he goes on the ballot. Every 2 years, I do what I can to expand the ever-growing list of states that have decided to take crime out of the marijuana equation, turn thriving black markets into highly taxed and highly regulated legal markets, redirect limited law enforcement resources to more important matters. Which matters? And the inherent racism in their current marijuana laws, and recognize the basic truth that if I, a church-going, tax-paying, kid-raising American citizen, or if any of other American adult of any stripe works hard all day and wants to go home, smoke a joint, and just stare at the fireplace for 3 hours, that's our civil liberty. And I disagree, though. I would like to have a very pure, clear mind and head. And the marijuana, I've never smoked marijuana, and I suspect marijuana will I don't know, marijuana will bug me. Marijuana will fog my brain. So I will have a brain fog. So from the point of view from a person who is hardworking, tax-paying, raising child, and being curious and being smart and speaking 3 languages: Korean, my native language, the English, and Chinese. I think banning marijuana in Korea, in China, in Japan, in Taiwan is very important. And I would like to see people have clear mind, calming effect. We do have our version of marijuana. It is called meditation, or just staring. You don't necessarily have marijuana to stay at a fireplace for 3 hours. You can just go to sleep. You can drink beer. Beer has to be a controlled substance. So I agree. I almost disagree with you, Rick Stevenson. Steven, even though I like your video documentaries on YouTube, but the situation is different in America. So I understand you. We just have to agree to disagree. If you agree, I invite you to learn more at normal.org and join us in this noble cause. Yeah, that's another good expression, even though I disagree with Rick Steves on that point. But we are learning English here, so in this noble cause, okay, noble cause. That's good expression, noble cause. What else? What else? Church going. I don't go to church. I just meditate or I just go to the mountains to pick chestnuts, to pick kiwis, to pick strawberries. Tax paying, kid raising American citizen. Kid raising, church going, tax paying, kid raising American citizen. I'm Korean citizen. Yeah, I'd like to become an American citizen, or I'd like to live in America for maybe a couple of years and come back to Korea. Yeah, I don't have to stay in America forever. Regulated limitations stay in place. More important task, noble cause, highly taxed, highly regulation, American regulation, American U.S. Army regulations. Army. I was with the U.S. Army for 2.5 years. Drugs, classification, schedules stating, as he said. So that's it. Normal, we learn the normal stands for the reform of marijuana laws, board of directors. Bravo! On behalf of my colleagues, today pardoned thousands pardon. Yeah, it's time that we right these wrongs. It's time that we right these wrongs. That's another good expression. It's time that we right these wrongs. 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 Rick Steves, he's a good gentleman. So I'm going to move on to the next article. I'll just stop here and come back. So in this article, I'm going to sound off the basic drill commands in English. Let's see if I can remember them all. These are just for stationary drill ceremony. Later, I'm going to pick up some commands when you have running, jogging event. Basic drill commands. This one is from Escondido Battalion and Training Ship Kit Carson. Honor, courage, commitment. So this is from Air Force, I think. Fall in, fall out, fall out, attend, present, arms, order, arms, open ranks, march. 1, 2, 3, 4, close ranks, march. Dress right, dress, parade, rest, stand at ease, rest, forward, march, company, platoon, squad, detail, hold, flight, hold, right flank, march, left flank, march, right face, left face, about face, eyes right, uncover two, cover two, right step, march, by the right flank, march, right, left step, march, by the left flank, march, right, left, right oblique, march, left oblique, march, column right, march, column left, march, to the rear, march, or rear, march, change step, march, right, route step, march, extend, march, close, march, mark time, march, half step, march, double time, march. Yeah, double time, march. The unit is still required to keep in step. Right shoulder, arms. Left shoulder, arms. Port arms. Port arms. Port arms, arms. Counter column, march. So those are the words that I remember and I practiced when I was the soldier with the U.S. Army. And here are some cadences that U.S. soldiers chant or sound off while marching, while jogging, while running. Two old ladies were lying in bed. One turned over to the other, said, I want to be an airborne ranger, live their life of blood and danger. Airborne ranger, blood and danger. Two old ladies were lying in bed. One turned over to the other and said, I want to be a paramedic, pump that funky anesthetic. Paramedic, anesthetic. I want to be a mountain climber. Climb those mountains higher and higher. Mountain climber, higher and higher. I want to be a scuba driver. A scuba diver, jump right in that muddy water. Scuba diver, muddy water. They say that in the army, the chicken's mighty fine. One jumped off the table and started marking time. Refrain, oh no, I want to go, but they won't let me go. Group ends this line with the home stretched out over 8 paces and hay on the right foot. To the end, the refrain, they say that in the army, their pay is mighty fine. They give you $100 and take back 99. They say that in the army, coffee's mighty fine. It looks like a muddy water and tastes like a turpentine. They say that in the army, the biscuits are mighty fine. One rolled off to the table and killed a friend of mine. They say that in the army, the meat is mighty fine. Last night we had 10 puppies and this morning only 9. They said that in the army the shoes are mighty fine. You ask for size 11, they give you size 9. They say that in the army the pancakes are mighty fine. You can try to chew them, but you are only wasting time. They say that in the army the beds are mighty fine, but how would I know? I've never slept in mine. They said in the army, the mail is so great. Today I got a letter dated 1948. They said that in the army, the hours are just right. Start early in the morning and work on through the night. They said that in the army, the buses are mighty fine. One went round the corner and left 3 wheels behind. They said that in the army, the coffee's mighty fine. It's good for cuts and bruises and tastes like iodine. Iodine! The Putin, the Ukraine, he purchased a lot of bottles of iodine to bomb the shit out of the Ukraine. 1 mile, no sweat. 2 miles, better yet, 3 miles. Gotta run 4 miles just for fun. Come on, let's go. We can go through the snow. We can run to the sun. We train in the rain. AIRBORNE, airborne. Can you be like me? Airborne infantry. Hey, all the way. We love to run every day. If I were president and had my way, There wouldn't be a fat man in the army today. Everyone would be fit to fight. Whether you test them day or night, when I jump onto the old drop zone, most of the enemy had already gone. Those that remained weren't fit to fight, so enemy contact was rarely light. We ran the stragglers off the old drop zone. Everything is quiet, and they are all gone stragglers. The deserters, the soldiers who are falling behind. R is for rough and tough. A is for all the way. N is for never quit. G is for gung-ho. E is for excellent. R is for ranger, airborne, Chuck Norris. Now, up in the morning, right before the dawn, roll out of bed and put my jump boots on. Eat my breakfast too damn soon. Hungry as a hound dog by noon. Went to the mess hall on my knees. Mess sergeant, feed me please. Mess sergeant said with a big old grin, if you wanna be airborne, you gotta be thin. Up in the morning at the break of day, working so hard we never play. Running through the jungle where the sun don't shine, all I do is double time. One last time, let's go over the command in drills. Commands in drill. Here we go. Forward, open ranks, march. Ready, front. Close ranks, march. Present, arms. Order, arms. Parade, rest. Attend, who. Left face, about face. Forward, march. Right flank, march. Left flank, march. Right column, column right, march. Forward, march. To the rear, march. To the rear, march, or just rear, march. Column right, march. Forward, march. Eyes right. Ready, front. Column right, march. Forward, march. Change step, march. Column right, march. Forward, march. Flight, hold. Left face. Right step, march. Flight, hold. Yeah, thanks for listening. I just practiced the U.S. military terms after reading Rick Steves' article. He's a good guy. I really enjoyed his documentary on Luther and Luther's the Catholic Reformation. And he's a good guy. He's the chair of the normal. I forgot his position there, but he's advocate of pardoning all people for the possession of marijuana under federal law and under state law too. And he will advocate for the act in 5 states, including Missouri, North Dakota, South Dakota, and so on. Rick Steves, I'd like to meet you, but since it's a pandemic of coronavirus, I cannot meet you. But definitely, I would like to invite you to Korea to visit and have a sit down with me and drink coffee. Yeah, Korean coffee is excellent. We have other fantastic hot spicy food, and everything is fine, beautiful, excellent, fantastic in Korea. Just come over here and enjoy. I'll treat you to a dinner, food, whatever, but you have to pay for all the expenses, including air flight, airline tickets, hotel, I don't know. And also, I'd like to work with you, making money. I have to retire from Korea Telecom in 6 years, so I'm looking for a position in the international trade and business, and also international travel. Maybe you and I can have our own channel, travel channel or foodie channel, or whatever channel you have in mind. Well, that's it. I have to go to bed now. I have a Chinese class tomorrow. Yes, I'm learning Chinese. 我学习韩语。See you tomorrow. Bye bye. 再见。